the key element really is to try and get the machine small enough to be under 2 meters in height, and but at the same time stable enough to actually climb up a curb without having any stability problems. So as you can see here, technically this is just about 2 meters. You'd probably have to take the yellow flashing light off or have that so that it folded down. But why is that critical? Well, obviously in a lot of places you have a problem with underpasses and underground car parks and that kind of thing, multi-story car parks. 2 meters is generally reckoned to be the international height. So the focus amongst all these manufacturers is to try and get a ride-on machine to replace older pedestrian machines, so the guy can ride inside in a bit of comfort and still get in places where he needs to go to do the job. We're now coming over to the Delevo stand, and I can see the company CEO Vincenzo Geddes here. He's obviously working out his next move in this very competitive market. Vincenzo, hi, nice to see you. The first thing that I ought to do is to present you with the latest copy of Waste Management World, and we note that you're actually in there, so there you are. So one of the things really that Vincenzo and his team are working on down in Parma in Italy is the whole concept of reducing the emissions from sweeping machines. That's exhaust emissions and to a certain extent noise, while increasing the speed in which the machine works. And Vincenzo, one of the things we have here is clearly the gas fueled. And how's that one going now? Are you getting a lot of interest from local authorities and so on?
We are very much so. Well, let's say that the direction of all municipalities and cities and private contractors is to reduce as much as they can all type of emissions, from noise, from pollution, from gas, and of course from the activity of a sweeper. That should be a vehicle that cleans, not polluting. So not moving the dust, but capturing it.
And of course this is something that Delevo has pioneered and actually helped promote research into the area of dust emissions, and that's shown up some pretty shocking things. And I mean, essentially, Vincenzo, the rule seems to be that the finer the dust particles, the more harm it does to the human respiratory system. Is that right?
Absolutely, and the more difficult it is to filter it.
Okay, and you'll be able to read about all the latest developments, of course, in Waste Management World. We're over here on the MAN stand at the moment at IFAT, and one of the features that MAN has got this year is a hydraulic braking system, like a regen braking system, which you would probably be using on a garbage truck as a way of really utilizing the braking force and putting that back into the whole system. So these items are picked out in yellow, so you can see that if we're looking for new technology, really it's pretty complicated to get the extra kit in onto a relatively crowded chassis, and of course you've still got to put a body over that. The tank itself has got to be fairly slim in order to come between the cab and the body, but certainly a number of manufacturers, Mercedes and Volvo and now MAN, are looking at this kind of technology, and it's primarily, I reckon, it's going to be garbage trucks that are going to be leading in this kind of innovation. We're outside at IFAT now, and we're over on the Found stand, and I can see George Sankula here, who's really one of the project engineers who's heading up the use of new technology. Let's just say hello, George.
Hi, Mark.
Nice to meet you. What we're looking at here is the Found rotor press with the dual power facility, and basically that means that it's electrically powered. So the whole compaction process, you can see here the body is actually going round. That's how the rotor press compacts the garbage. And what we have here is a kind of a recycled power loop, where the whole compaction process is electric rather than hydraulic, and that of course means it's much quieter, and it means therefore that the garbage truck can work in a city centre early in the morning or late at night without disturbing the residents. And of course it also has the ability that the truck engine itself can be switched off while the packing is actually taking place. And that can also include the container lift. And this is very much the kind of technology now that major manufacturers like Faun are looking at. It's a way of enabling the diesel engine, which of course creates a certain amount of noise and heat, and also the hydraulic system, where that can actually be switched off and the compaction process is electric. So that's enough for me now. It's Malcolm Bates at IFAT.